Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, welcome to my channel. My name is Kirsty and I make psychic and spiritual content over here. So if that's your kind of thing, please do stick around and join our lovely community by subscribing down below. So today I am reading for Ella Mai. This reading, believe it or not, has been long overdue. Ella Mai has always been like in the back of my mind wanting to read for her. So I'm really excited. So if you do enjoy this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Leave down below your favourite Ella Mai song. I have to say, I've just listened to her new album, not all of it, and I'm absolutely loving the song. I think it's called Leave Me Alone. Love it. My intention always for celebrity psychic readings is that we understand that we are all human and that you may see yourself reflected in the reading and can maybe take some lessons that are given out to the person that I'm reading for to help you in your own life so we can all grow and evolve and learn together. So let's get into it. So Miss Ella Mai, I always start readings on an energy basis and then I will pull the cards. Ella Mai's energy is very like, I don't say this in like a negative way, but it's very closed off. It's very reserved. I feel like she holds herself back in terms of her personality. There's a lot of boundaries. I feel like if you want to be friends with Ella Mai, you have to knock down a lot of walls to get to the real her. This is a lady who I feel she doesn't feel comfortable showing her true self straight away. It takes a while to warm up, and I feel like it's a defensive mechanism. Not that she comes across rude, I don't feel like that's the right word, but she's very protective of herself. She's very defensive of herself and she doesn't like people coming into her space. Like I said, she's got a very small circle. That's one of the phrases I really feel with Ella Mai. Her circle is small, she's reserved, she likes to keep things closed off, she likes to know who's in her circle, who's in her space. I feel like it takes her a while to warm up to people. She's very like open, like it takes her a while to really feel comfortable and to feel safe and connected to people. She really holds her cards very, very close to her chest. She's not a loud person. Until you get to know her, she's one of those people that is very quiet and may come across like just as if she doesn't have much to say, but she's more spirit making me look like in an observational way. She likes to observe situations and like stay reserved. I feel like probably at school and things her teachers would have probably described her as a quiet student, but that, you know, there's a lot going on in her mind. She's more of an intuitive, she's more of an internal introvert than an extrovert, and there is a lot going on within Ella Mai, and spirit do draw me to this moon picture because there's so much going on in her internal world. I feel like she's a very deep soul. Her emotions run quite deep, which is why she's able to, I believe she writes all her music. I don't actually know, but that's just come to me. That's just why she can write all her music, because she has a lot of emotions going on within her. There's a lot in her internal one, and she is a Scorpio. So that's not, I think she's a Scorpio anyway. That's not unusual, you know, to have a lot of that deep inner emotive energy going on inside of you. She can be quite the spirit's saying cutthroat, but it's not in a negative way. It's just in a way that like she's quick. So if you were to say something sly to her or say something, you know, we call it here off the cuff. I don't know if that's a British phrase or what, but it's off the cuff. Like if you were to say something that to maybe try and throw her or to try and make her react a certain way, she's quick. Like she'll come back. You can't like come at her at a side. Like she knows what's coming. Like, you know, you can't pull the wool over her eyes. She's very wise for her age, spirit tell me. And she has got a wise head on her shoulders, and she's very careful at who she lets in her circle. I feel like she is intuitive. Spirit do make me feel like she can read people and she can read situations very well, which is why her circle is very, very small. So that's her energy. And yeah, that's why she's a creative. She's got a lot of, you know, that inner emotive creative. She's a real artist, you know. What you would expect a stereotypical artist or musician to be very wise, will sit and have deep conversations with you, but to even get to that point with her, you have to earn that right. You have to knock down some of those walls. There is a love interest I feel around Ella Mai. There's two things I pick up with her. So I feel like she either has a collab coming up with a male artist who's either going to jump on one of her songs or she's going to jump on one of his songs, and the song's going to be very big. Ella May here in the UK is, I believe, not as big as she is in the US, which I don't understand because she is from England. She is from the UK, but her career, she's not very big here at all. Actually, I wouldn't say she's big at all. She's very known in the States, very known in America, but her career in the UK is not as popping as it should be, so, or as it could be. But so Spirit tell me she hasn't peaked yet, and they make me feel like her next album is going to be the biggest. Spirit is telling me that Ella May, they're drawing me to the flowers here, and she's still yet to receive her flowers. She's still yet to do what would be considered as her best piece of work. If Ella May hasn't had a Grammy coming to her, there are Grammys coming. I don't know if she plays the piano, but Spirit is showing me playing the piano. That, or they're comparing her to Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys was always the underdog in music. You know, she was never Beyonce, she was never, I don't know, Britney. She was always kind of the underdog, but that served her. That served Alicia Keys well, and I feel like that's the same with Ella May. She's not Doja Cat, she's not Kehlani, she's not like out there. She is kind of like the dark horse, you know, she's kind of like the underdog, and Spirit is saying that will serve her well, because when she does come in and like everything's quiet, she releases, I think it's her third album. I know she's had EPs, but her third album, the one after this one, is going to be big. And there's Grammys and there's a lot of awards to come to Ella May. Also, Ella May, I believe she writes songs for other people. If she hasn't done that yet, then she will. There's a lot coming in energetically, which is how I know she's an intuitive, because whenever I'm reading for someone who is also an intuitive, who can also read, who is also spiritually connected, that's when I'm most empathically connected and energetically connected. Yeah, if she hasn't written for other artists, she will do. And I feel like there's a lot of awards and flowers to come to her for doing that. So she really is just at the beginning stages of her career. There's still time to flourish. Yes, sorry, going back, there is some link to a male artist, a male producer, a male rapper who's either going to jump on one of her songs or she's going to jump on one of his, and it's going to be big. But there's also a relationship, and I don't know if it's with the same guy, but there is a relationship I feel coming. Either she's already in it or she's going to be in it, but it is with another creative. Okay. Oh. Okay. This is a clarity and guidance reading for Ella May. Spirit, this is a 8-card reading. If you would like your own clarity and guidance reading, which is the spread that I'm going to do, I do offer this reading over on my website, www.kirstilewis.com, which is the only place that you can book a reading with me. Okay, please show me 6 more cards for Ella May and her energy. Please show me Ella May's energy through 6 more cards. Okay. Okay. Please show me 5 more cards for Ella May. Okay. There was some confusion. Okay, there's some confusion around. Okay, we'll get into that. 4 more cards, please, Spirit. 4 more cards, please, for Ella May. 4 more cards for Ella May. 4 more cards for Ella May, please. I am a messy shuffler, and I don't care, because, like, it's energy. Energy isn't clean, energy is messy. I get so many people that comment, oh, learn how to shuffle the cards. This is how I shuffle, okay? If you don't like it, don't watch. Like, energy is messy. It's not, like, clean cut. So I'm just flowing through the energy of the cards. Okay. 4 more cards for Ella May, please, Spirit. 4 more cards for Ella May. 4 more cards for Ella May. 4 more cards for Ella May. Okay. Ooh. This is interesting. This is really interesting. 3 more cards for Ella May. I feel... yeah. She's a deep soul. Oh my goodness. I feel like Ella May thought about quitting music. The cards that I'm looking at here, I feel like Ella May thought about quitting music. 2 more cards, please, for Ella May. 2 more cards for Ella May. And they do want to link Ella May to Doja Cat, by the way. So I don't know if she's also got a song coming up with a female rapper. Spirit almost want her to collaborate. In life, we have like our strengths and our weaknesses, and one of, I feel like, Ella May's weaknesses, like I said, because she is quite closed off, is collaborating with other artists. Because her art, I feel, is quite personal to her. She struggles to she does do collaborations, but she's very specific and very picky about who she collaborates with, as she should be. But Spirit kind of almost want her to expand and to let other people come into her circle, because it will help her to grow as a person as well. Okay, final card for LMA, please, Spirit. Final card for LMA, please, Spirit. Please show me one final card. Okay. Whew. The first card we have for LMA is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is a card about heartbreak. It's a card about sadness. It's a card about... Sorry if you can hear a dog barking in the background. It's a card of feeling a bit, a bit low. And I do feel that between this album and the last album, there were many periods where I think LMA really considered whether she wanted to do this anymore. And that's not because she didn't love music or she didn't have a passion for it. It was more so like she thought about quitting the industry. The industry, not music. I feel like she would always be involved in music, whether that be teaching others or writing or singing, but not being like in the mainstream. But there was just some kind of sadness of, I'm not where I want to be, or I'm not where I should be, and this isn't how I envisioned it. And there's a challenge that came with that. There's a real... Knight of Swords is about moving forward, but finding it difficult to navigate. And I feel with this that she still struggles with this. I feel like she still hasn't really... There's not a concrete place for her, which I feel like is why Spirit mentioned in the beginning of the reading that she hasn't had her flowers yet. She hasn't peaked. She hasn't found her complete space. And there is a feeling with this as well that I pick up, that NMA does want to be recognised in the UK because this is her home. So yes, it's amazing to be highly regarded overseas. Yes, it's amazing to be recognised for your work elsewhere, but sometimes people want to be recognised at home. And I feel like for her that's a big thing. I feel like that's where her sadness kind of comes from. We have a big rap scene, grime scene. We have a big scene, and there is a space for LMA. We don't really have any R&B artists thriving in the UK at the moment, and I feel like it does sadden her slightly that her success is more based elsewhere than at home. And I feel like as she moves forward, that's something she's going to fight for. I feel like she is going to fight for it. And I feel like she will get her time here in the UK to really thrive and to shine. But that's something I feel like she really is working for. She's happy with the success she's had, but there's just an element, there's just a tinge, there's just a tainted bit of sadness with it because she hasn't fulfilled. Yeah, it's just that element of, not being where she wanted to be at this moment in time. But here we have got the Magician and the Moon, okay? So the Magician is all about law of attraction. It's about being the creator of your life. It's about being able to magic up anything. And I feel like she does have that energy. Like I said, she is an intuitive. She is, I wouldn't say she's completely spiritual, but she definitely has faith and a belief. And she is very strong-minded, Spirit tells me, which is a big part of the Magician. If you look at the card, you'll see the infinite symbol above his mind. The Magician is all about the mind and believing. She's a big believer in herself and what is possible for her. And the Moon, how interesting the Moon would come up. I told you I was drawn to the Moon. She has very deep running emotions. This is a very deep soul. She's an old soul as well. I feel like her spirit's probably been here many, many times. There's a feeling with LMA as if I've done this before. So she may have even been an artist in her previous life. I'm not extremely knowledgeable on past lives. But there's just an energy with her. I've walked here before. I've done this before. I'm wise. I know. Like, she knows things before they happen. Like, she has gifts. She's intuitive. And she's able to use that to her advantage. But there is some confusion about her career and how she moves forward and what she does with it, because like I said, she's happy with the success she's had, but she's not where she wants to be. And the Spirit made me feel like LMA is a very focused person. Like, it may not seem that way, but one of the first things they actually said to me when I tapped in with her was, don't take yourself too seriously. And there's a feeling with her that she can be all work and no play, especially when she gets into a project or something like that. Like, she can be so focused on her work that it can kind of hinder her a little bit. Like, she can be like very, very pressured on herself, which is why we've got the Page of Wands here reversed, because I just feel like she can be very, very, very focused, but to the point where it kind of stops her. She might be a bit of a perfectionist. Page of Wands, if it was upright, would be like moving forward with a career progression, because Wands is all about career, passion, our interests, our hobbies, but it's reversed, so it's almost like there's a halt to that. There's a halt to how we move forward, and it's coming in with the energy of the Seven of Cups, and Seven of Cups is all about confusion and illusion and multiple opportunities, and not sure, you know, it's just a feeling of, I know what I want in my career, but I don't know how I get there. And that's the energy I feel with that. It's like, when am I going to feel fulfilled in this? Because I love what I do and I'm passionate about what I do and I'm fulfilled for that moment, but when is it going to be my time? Do you know what I mean? That's how I feel with her. Like, it's almost like I just haven't got to where I want to be yet, and it's getting to me a bit. It's just getting to me a little bit, which I think is natural with anyone, you know, when you really want something. And I can completely relate to that, because, for example, with this YouTube channel, I love this YouTube channel and I put so much work and effort into it, into my readings, but I'm not where I want to be. I don't feel like I have the recognition that I feel I should have, and so I completely understand that. And this is why I say my intention is for us all to understand that, really and truly, a lot of the lessons we go through are the same, because we're all human, we're all spirit beings having a human being experience. So we're here to have that human experience, and part of that really is about, you know, understanding that everything happens in divine timing, and when the time is right, we will get to where we want to be. So there's just an element of, well, maybe I could try this, maybe I could try that, maybe I could try this, and Spirit are kind of just saying to turn this page upside down, I mean the right way up. They kind of just want her to just stay focused on what she's doing and not be swayed. Knight of Cups and Three of Cups. This is that relationship that I talked about. Ella May is about to enter into, if she hasn't already, a very beautiful relationship. And I feel like the next person she's with will be a long-term partnership, because I see not imminently, but I do see the wedding rings going on the finger. I do see that for her coming up. He is a man in the industry. I'm not sure if he is an artist or a rapper or a producer. He could be all three. But Knight of Cups is definitely about a new journey in love. And like I said, Ella May comes across very reserved. It takes a long time to break down her walls. I do feel like this is an American man. I do feel like she will meet him in the States through work. And I feel like when they come to tell their story, if they ever do, he will say, you know, it took me a long time to crack her, to get her to even go on a date or even have a conversation with me, because she just doesn't entertain certain situations, she doesn't entertain certain people, she finds it hard to let new people into her circle. But this is like a soulmate connection, and it feels really, 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 really beautiful. And Three of Cups as the final card is quite special, because it talks about healing, growth, celebration, and it just, that being the final card is confirmation that she hasn't got to that point yet. She isn't where she wants to be in her career, she isn't where she wants to be in her love life, she isn't where she wants to be in her life. But that as the penultimate card is confirmation that she will get there. The season of life that Ella May is in at the moment is really like grinding and working and laying foundation. And we're always growing. We are all always growing. And interestingly enough, I'm drawn to the number 3, because didn't I say her third album? I really do feel like it's the next album that's going to take her there. So all this work that she's put in, although she's thinking, I'm putting in all this work, I'm not getting recognised, I'm not getting rewarded, because I feel like she can be quite hard on herself and be like, I should have this now, I should have this many awards, I should do this. And that's not her being a brat or anything, that's her being human. And Spirit just want to say to her, like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. So Miss Ella May, if you do stumble across this video, know that your time is coming and you're just in the process of getting to that point. So I do hope you enjoyed this reading, lovelies. If you did, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Leave your favourite LMA song down in the comments below. And if you'd like your own personal and private reading with me, you can book with me on my website www.kirstilewis.com, which is the only place you can book with me. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at @IamKirstyLewis. And I will see you soon for another video. Thank you for watching today, lovelies. Bye!